today for the fourth episode of CSUF Student Updates from the Division of Student Affairs. We're enjoying a wonderful fall semester under our new president, Dr. Sylvia Alva, and our campus is thriving in more ways than one. I hope you're having a wonderful fall semester. We have lots to talk to about today, from major changes related to FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, our TAPS Center's first ever Transfer Week celebration for our transfer students, and our second annual Undocu Week of Action. Also talking about a landmark donation to our LGBTQ Resource Center and the Dreams to Degrees program. Before I begin, I want to encourage you to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Share this video with other members of the CSUF community, parents, neighbors, friends, anyone you want. And if you've missed any of our previous videos, click the links in the caption below or visit CSUF Students' YouTube channel. So without further ado, let's jump in. Let's talk financial aid changes. These are changes that are coming down from the federal government. These aren't changes that Cal State Fullerton is making on a whim. These are changes that will affect all students entering college or who are continuing college, whether you are an undergraduate student or a graduate student. If you've filled out the FAFSA form before in the previous years, this will affect you. So I want to highlight a few of the changes that will impact. Overall, silver lining, these changes will eventually help lots of students. In the first year of rollout, just like anything else, it will be a little bit difficult, of course, but eventually it will get a lot more grants to all of our students. So the Pell eligibility is changing as part of this, which is great news for those of you who are already Pell eligible, or in previous years you thought you were, but maybe just didn't make the cut. This will help you. However, in the first year, it is going to mean that you have to do just a little bit more. So for the first time ever, instead of using your Social Security, the federal government has implemented a FAFSA ID. So you have to receive a FAFSA ID number. What does that mean? What do you do with it? How do you get one, most importantly? So it replaces your Social Security. It'll still be attached to you, but you have to get and obtain this number before you fill out your FAFSA. So what do? What can you do? So go to fafsa.gov.edu. You will get there and there'll be a page that says, here's all of the changes that are coming, but most importantly, there'll be a link that says, get your FAFSA ID number now. And you can get that anytime you want, but I encourage you to get it sooner rather than later. So typically for those of you that are type A personality students like myself that are ready to go and always like looking for the same things, FAFSA is typically open in October, but this year the application won't launch until December. So let me say that again. If you're looking to fill out your FAFSA application because you're like me and always trying to get on it, it won't be available in October. It'll be available sometime in December. The federal government hasn't given us a date yet of when it will actually launch, other than sometime in December. So happy holidays, fill out your FAFSA, but before you do, what you can is get your FAFSA ID number now. So aside from the December date of the FAFSA, what else is changing? There's a couple of things. So for some of you that have siblings in college or have a sibling that is going to come up, say you are the first in your family to obtain a college degree or seeking your college degree, and your sibling is coming up, there used to be a question related to how many siblings does your family have in college or about to enter college, and you would put a number, right, between 1, 2, 3, 4 or more. This time around, they will not be asking that question. And how that'll affect you is that they won't take into consideration that a family may or may not have additional siblings or other students in college. So that was one significant change. The other significant change is that you won't be allowed to, print out the form in some cases and sign it via paper, so what we call a wet signature or a paper signature. So they're making these transactions completely paperless. So anytime that you sign, a parent or family caretaker or anyone that has custody needs to sign a form, it'll all be electronically. So that's a bonus. That's good. You won't have to deal with paper or submit any sort of paper. All your signatures will be electronic, which which is great. You won't have to mess around with stamps or trying to send in a form or fax a form old school way. So everything will be electronically. So that also is a positive change. The way that the calculations for estimated family contribution will also be changing. The new ranges from the federal government haven't been provided yet. We hope that those are out sometime in November, December, just before the form, but those are being adjusted for the Pell eligibility. So in some ways, really good, but we won't know what those are. So if you have scholarships or say the middle class scholarship or received additional grants from other areas, it may or may not affect your estimated family contribution. Again, we won't know that until much later. So what am I asking of you? Two things. One is if you filled out the FAFSA or the California Dream Act in prior years, fill it out again. Know that it's going to be a much more simpler form. It'll be available in December, and get your FAFSA ID. The second thing I'm going to ask to all of our students and our faculty and staff is to be patient and gracious with financial aid. We did not ask for these changes to be made. We think they're good, but they're coming to us as well. And I think the first year of rollout of any new program, there's always some glitches. So just know that things might be a little bit delayed. You won't be able to have your estimated award, probably not until April, and your final award sometime in June. It is going to be much later than prior years because of all these changes. So stay tuned. The other thing that you can do to stay informed is go to our financial aid website, which on the top of their website, you'll see an orange bar that will say, 2024, 2025 financial aid updates. And that means it's related to the FAFSA. So if you click on that, there's a Q&A, there'll be information about what you need to do, what happens, eligibility, when the form is up, and know that continuously you'll be hearing from us through our Instagram account and financial aid, our Division of Student Affairs, my personal account about some of these changes, as well as many, many places on campus that we are going to try to make sure that you have the information that you need in order to fill out the form and still receive as much financial aid as you have before, and hopefully even more. So do those things, and I think you'll be just well. Next, I want to highlight the TAP Center and National Transfer Student Week. In the recent years, the Division of Student Affairs has been incredibly strategic in creating new ways to support our transfer students. We first established our TAP Center to support transfer, adult reentry, parenting, and pregnant students at Cal State Fullerton. We then connected with students of non-traditional backgrounds to identify ways we could best care for them. Now we're in the stages of taking action, hosting a number of workshops, programming, and events for non-traditional students, including the one I just mentioned, which is our National Transfer Student Week. The National Transfer Student Week will occur in the third week of October to celebrate transfer students and those who support them through their academic journey. The TAP Center on campus is responsible for serving transfer students during their time on campus. So TAP will be hosting several programs throughout the week, including meals, meetups, and workshops. The week will culminate with the #TransferFest celebration on Thursday, October 19th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Toffee Lawn between the Student Recreation Center and Titan Gym. The event will have live music, performances, free food, a 360 photo booth, which looks pretty cool, and a video game truck. That sounds nice. It's going to be a great experience to recognize our transfer students, and we hope that you are able to join us, whether you yourself are a transfer student or not. But it also provides a perfect opportunity to highlight our students' transfer successes, the complexities, and everything in between. It also offers us the chance to unite in advocating on behalf of Cal State Fullerton's specific transfer population. So please join us at Transfer Week, and if you know a transfer student, invite them to get tapped into the TAP Center. I now want to spotlight the second annual Titan Dreamers Resource Center and DocuWeek of Action. So it's taking place here at Cal State Fullerton from October 16th through the 20th. The Week of Action invites our community to come together to learn more about our undocumented community and participate in events that highlight student leadership, allyship, including events like graduate school exploration, student leadership training, and much more. This Week of Action is following a setback related to the federal DACA program. As I mentioned last year, the Endaki Week of Action is an opportunity for our community to connect and underscore our Titan Dreamers. Our dreamers matter deeply to us, and we must continue to uplift this population. If you're a member of the Dreamers population at Cal State Fullerton and would like to build community, I encourage you to get connected with the Titan Dreamers Resource Center, which is located in the first floor of the Pollock Library. Next, I want to shift gears to talk about a landmark financial donation that was made to our universities, first of its kind. This September, it was announced that we will be receiving an incredibly generous donation from Michael T. Losquardo, a CSUF alumnus, and his husband, Dr. Brian C. Keller. Michael and Brian are giving back to our university with a planned gift of $1.5 million. Woo! But here's the exciting part of that. 80% of their donation will benefit our LGBT and Queer Resource Center, which soon will bear their name as the Losquardo Keller LGBT Resource Center. This will be a place for LGBT students to study, relax, and build community with each other. The remaining 20% will be directed towards student scholarship in our College of Business and Economics. This incredible gift means so much to us, and we're thrilled that it will provide scholarships and programmatic support for the center. Michael has long been a champion for our LGBTQ plus community since his day as a student here in the 80s, studying management while being an active member of the then gay student union. His husband Brian is a dedicated Kaiser Permanente family physician, and together they clearly have taken their advocacy to the next level. It's a testament to their commitment to our LGBTQ plus community and our Titan family. Together, we're building a brighter future for LGBTQ plus students and supporting their journey towards success. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Brian, for your incredible generosity and dedication to our Titan family. We are truly grateful for your support. And lastly, but not least, let's talk about Dreams to Degrees. It's an event that's being led by our colleagues in the Division of Academic Affairs and supported, of course, by the Division of Student Affairs. So, Dreams to Degrees at Cal State Fullerton will be a 2-day event aimed at raising awareness of spring registration. Hey, removing barriers for your registration and fostering a sense of belonging. University staff will be on hand to answer questions about navigating college experience, exploring support programs, the registrar's office, financial aid, FAFSA, and much more. The event will take place on October 25th and 26th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on both days on the Quad and Titan Walk. It's open to all students who need assistance for registering for your spring 2024 classes. In addition, as I mentioned, other services will be available, including financial aid, all of our resource centers, Title IX information, student business services, and a few others. As we come to the end of episode 4, I'd like to once more extend my heartfelt thank you for joining us and supporting the Division of Student Affairs at Cal State Fullerton. I am looking forward to the next time we connect. Bye, Titans. Be well and be joyous.